Hello, everybody. This is Sandra, and I am the founder of ThinkingSlimmer.com and the Slimpod program, as you might know. And today I've got Denise here. Denise Denise's story isn't like anybody else's, and that's why I wanted her to come on and share it. Because a lot of people think that that for Slimpod to work, you need to be, very overweight. Well, Denise didn't have a huge amount of weight to lose. She's now a size 10, and she joined when she had a stone. She was a stone heavier, and she's got to her more or less ideal weight. She's looking fabulous, but it was just the way she has done it. Yes, of course, there's a bit of food involved, obviously, and things like that, but it was the way she's actually embraced her mind and the power of her mind. Yes, she's had Slimpod, but she's done something else as well, and I wanted to share that with you because I was so excited by it, and and I felt I needed to share it with everybody when I saw what Denise had done. So anyway, enough of me. Hello, Denise, and thank you so much for joining me.
Hello, it's nice to be here.
So just let's have a couple of minutes about the about the food side of things, because obviously that's featured, and you started Slimpod in September of 2020, and you wanted to shift about a stone or something like that, and you had some bad habits around food, but you tell the story from there on in.
Well, I kind of really went for it during lockdown one. I thought I didn't think it was going to last very long. So I thought, well, I'm just going to have a party, really. So I had lots of delicious food. I was making lovely things. I was baking. I was having lots of drinks. And then it went on and on and on. And I think everything just crept up. And then I thought, I'll just get rid of it. And it didn't work. Couldn't just get rid of it, and I was getting sick of it, and I just found an ad for Slimpod accidentally, and it just really appealed to me because I thought I don't know what else to do, actually, because I didn't feel like exercising, and I didn't feel like, food was kind of like the way I was getting through lockdown, I guess, and I just thought, I don't know what to do. So I looked at it and I thought, maybe. And then without even consciously doing anything, I found my hands just going ahead and joining up for me, thank God. And just joined up immediately. And I just decided to hand myself over to you. I just decided to do everything I was told, because I didn't really know. I didn't know how else to deal with, what I didn't like the way I looked. I felt disgusted with myself. I felt I just like none of my clothes fit, and it wasn't loads overweight, but it was more than I've ever been, really. So, but yeah. Anyway, I did everything, and it just worked. Is the short version, really.
Fantastic.
Yeah, food wise, it was really interesting, because I didn't know what to do at first, and I wanted someone to tell me what to do, and then people on Slimpod Club tell you, they go, don't worry, just wait, let the process take over and all that, and you don't believe it, and you go, but what do I eat, and how do I know when this is going on? And then bit by bit, it just took over, and it's hard to explain. You can't explain it to someone new, really, because it's not like anything that you've done before, because I don't have the words to explain what happens. You just start making different decisions, and the lovely thing is, you don't even have to pay attention to the pods. You just go to sleep, someone's talking in your ear, you wake up the next morning and you don't have that thing. that you don't want to have. It's really good. And plus, I think the important thing is to just do everything you're told. I mean, you might as well give it a proper go if you're doing something, I think. So every time I got an email, I watched the video and I did the exercises. Some of them I didn't do as well as others, but I gave everything a go. And then when I had a thought of going, I don't feel like doing that, this other little voice inside of me said, what are you going to do instead then? What are you going to do? You're going to stay as you are? Or the other thing, I hate dieting. I hate dieting. So the thought of having to go back to a diet was awful. So then the easiest and best alternative is just to keep going. And I hated how I was so much that I did it really, really well. I just did everything so that I could just, if necessary, go, well, I've done everything you've told me to do and it's still not worked. Mm-hmm. But it has worked. It just has worked. So.
And you did something a little bit different to what I've, to the way other people have embraced it. And you've sent me the evidence here. You did a Trello board, didn't you? Where we've, because we suggest that people use goal maps and to embrace fully their whole mind, their conscious and their subconscious working together to create the changes that need to be created. And obviously Slimpod does a huge amount of the work, but there are other things that need to be done that need to be done too, and one of those is the goal map. And so you did a bit of an alternative to a goal map that I want to show everybody, because this is really fantastic. It's a Trello board. And you might be able to see it. And Denise has really, oh gosh, it so excited me because I use Trello, but I've never thought of using it for my goals. I use it as a to-do list. I use it in all sorts of ways, but I have never thought of doing it in that way. And so tell us a little bit about your how you embrace the whole Trello and what it's done.
What I love about it is that it's kind of like my dashboard for the whole of Slimpod. And I love it as well because it's kind of three-dimensional. It isn't just a list. It's a selection, a group of lists. And also it's very visual. So that appeals to me a lot. And I can just, and I kind of want to engage with it because I want to look at the pretty colours and I want to make it look prettier. So I engage with it a lot. And I've got pictures of myself when I was the weight I wanted to be. I've got all the stuff from Slimpod as it went along. I would just add as columns, lists to, so I could add everything. I just didn't want to lose everything because I kind of make notes on everything and I wanted everything to be in one place. And then when I started doing it and it looked pretty, then I just started adding to it as well. So I've got pictures of myself when I was skinnier. I've got pictures of other people who look lovely and they're an inspiration or thinspiration. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore because it's a bit,
they're thinking slimmer and loving life. That's what they're doing.
Yes, exactly. And I've also got the ways I'm going to, where I'm going, what my goal is. And I've written down what my goals are, what clothes I'm going to fit into, how I'm going to feel, what people are going to say to me as my thinner, slimmer self. And then I've got pictures. I got my goal outfits and I laid them out on the floor because I didn't want to see myself in them at the time. But I laid them out on the floor and took pictures of them and put them up and wrote a little thing about how I would feel when I was wearing that outfit. because I think you've said that the more ways you engage with it, that your brain kind of is there already. Your brain
Totally. Your brain is always imagining. You are an imagination machine, and if you can, and it's always looking at kind of a futuristic you as well. And if you're giving it the thoughts of the future is going to be, bigger than you are, and all the rest of it, and that you hate yourself, then that's what you're creating in your mind and in your reality tunnel. In your brain's reality tunnel. But if you are giving it different visions of the way you want to be, then how you want to become, your identity, becoming a person who is in size 10, lovely outfits like the one you've got on today, and it was what got me really from this Trello board that you've done is that you've embraced the kind of the goal map philosophy, like why, that the why is so important, because it's our brains, we create meaning from everything, and you need to plug into the meaning of what it's going to be like when you're a size 10, and then it starts to happen, as we know, as I can see from what you've done. Have you ever done anything like this before, or did you just start this when you started Slimpod?
The Trello, I kind of love Trello anyway. I think because I'm always interested in my weight, my appearance, food, and things looking pretty. It was a way for me to just wallow in that world. But and also because Slimpod was working, it felt like I just wanted to do more. It wasn't like I was just playing with something and then I go, whatever. It was kind of the excitement. I was channeling it into the Trello. And it was kind of, I think it was a bit of a feedback.
Yeah, well, fantastic. And you can see why, because one of the columns is the why. The next one is, this is how I look, as if that is the way you are looking. This is how I look. And that is amazing, because it's, you're giving your brain positive instructions, like the affirmations. And who am I in this outfit? And it's just so fabulous. And this is how I feel. So you are telling your brain that this is actually happening right now, and this is who I am. And it's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. And as I said, it's a bit of a different one, because I've not done a chat like this before, because it's just I just love what you've done, and it's great. And I will be sharing this with people, because it's just it's such a great example.
The other thing that it is really good for, and the way I keep engaged with it as well, is that I have, in the middle of it, I have how I'm going to do this.
Right.
And it's all of the Slimpod stuff. I'm going to do this. This is the sort of food I'm going to eat. And it's always being updated. I'll go, I've got an idea about having, avocado or whatever. So it keeps getting added to. But the main thing that I will forever be grateful to Slimpod for is I have a daily exercise habit. I do a lot of exercise every day, and I love exercise, and I can't wait to do it every day. I really did not feel like that before. But I have these little cards on the Trello, and it's got links to the actual workout that I'm going to do that day. And I've got all the yoga ones. I go, which one should I do? I think I've got 30 minutes today, so I'm going to do that one. And then when I'm doing that, I'm engaged. I just keep finding ways to engage with the Trello board, because I like it. And it's just, I don't know, it's comforting, and it's lovely, and it's exciting. Yeah, highly recommended.
Yeah, honestly, it's I just love what you've done here, and yeah, yeah, it's and it's worked, because look at you. You know, it's just and that's the most important thing, I think, when you can really engage, when you really engage with the process. That's the chain of behavior change, because you know, a lot of people, they think, right, I'll do this, I'll just eat differently, and I will and I'll exercise, and it doesn't last, because it hasn't penetrated down into you know, the process, that people are not believing in a process. They just want to get to the result, and if they don't step on the scales in 3 weeks time and the result is not there, then they're off and doing something else. And you know, that's the bare truth about it. But when you've got a process like you have, with the Trello board, and you're engaged in the process, it really penetrates down into your identity, and you start becoming the person who is being created on that board. And that's all part and parcel of behavior change. So as you said at the beginning of this, that or it might have been the chat that we had before, that you now is now a way of life, the way you're, you know, the way you're operating and your daily routine, it's all part and parcel of life.
It is. It's I've just got lots of little habits and routines now. And I used to think, no, I'm a wild person. I don't have routine. I just go with the flow and everything. But I love having routine. I love being told what to do and then doing what I'm told by myself. And it, you know, it's just very comforting. I didn't realize all those years of being a wild animal, and I could have been having a nice life with Slimpod, but yeah, no, it's good. It is, it's really good. But yeah, that's the other thing. I've also done the Alcopod, and that's been incredible, because I've always really loved drinking, and I still really love drinking, but I hardly do it now.
Right, that's interesting. So the cut down your alcohol pod.
Yes,
Yeah,
Alcopod. I know I call it
Alcopod. Like Alco Pop.
Yeah, much better than Alcopop. But yeah, it's really, really works as well. Very happy with that change.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So honestly, thank you so much. I just love these chats, and I just wish I could do one every single day of the week. And I'm so pleased that you agreed to come on, because honestly, it's just yeah, this Trello board is a revelation.
Well, maybe I can see about making a template that people can add
Yeah,
stuff into. I could work on something.
that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It will be amazing. Really, that would be lovely. So thanks so much, Denise. And I will talk to you. Well, talk to you soon, I'm about to say, because that's what we always say. But yeah, I will see you in the group, and look forward to seeing you in many more of your size 10 tops.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sandra.
You're welcome.